Sharon, you there? I was trying to wait for you. I didn't want to get on. I didn't want to let them in without.
I was trying to find my lip, the perfect color lip.
Oh, it matched too. So I'm gonna go ahead and start letting them in. Ariel says she needs about 5 more minutes, but it's already 7:03.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. And we said we were gonna do it be open 5 minutes before. Okay.
So, I couldn't and I know Harold's coming on too. They should be all coming in now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to connect to the Facebook. I wanted to wait till he was on live though before I did that.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Good evening. Welcome to BAPS 2022.
Right, thank you.
It's going down tonight. It's going down tonight. I'm not excited. I know you look. I know that all of my friends that are on here love to hear me sing, so I might just break out. Start singing.
Go ahead.
Look at Jackie like, don't sing, please don't sing.
Go ahead, girl, do it.
You sing better than me, I know.
So Dunbar, where's my t-shirt?
Huh?
Where's my t-shirt?
You're not one of the coaches.
Oh my God, you look so good. I said, look at my brother, man.
No. These are the shirts for the coaches. I am getting some coaching shirts made though for my clients. So you will get one of those in a coffee cup. But they're making those now. Yeah.
Look on Facebook already taken. You gotta do that. You gotta do that.
That's right. You guys excited? I know some of y'all got on early. I saw some people dinging in an hour ago. I'm like, man, they're in the wrong time zone, or they just excited.
Listen, I checked my time zone. I was like, I don't want them to text me and say, oh no, it's early. I was like, 6 o'clock, I'm on 6.
If I wasn't so busy, I would, because that's what I do. When people chime in stuff early, I text them. I'll be like, why you on the Zoom right now? It's, you're an hour early. You're an hour early. All right, so we're gonna be getting started here in a second. We're just waiting for we're just giving it a couple more. I know people still can't get in. People are still texting me the link. I sent a bunch of emails out, guys. Sorry for so many emails, but I have to have that many go out because people will miss them for whatever reason, spam and all that stuff. So I know I still got people messaging me, asking me for information to get in. And I think I sent 3 emails today alone, and I still got people asking me for it. So I know, email is funny. So it depends on what kind of email service you're using. It could be, it could have went to spam or whatever. So a couple of things while we're waiting for people to chime in. We're about at 30 people right now, so we're doing good. Please make sure, and I believe there's over 30 people already on the Facebook page. Please make sure you join the Facebook community, because anything that you might miss, it'll be there. So let's say we drop a link in here for a PDF, a worksheet, and you can't seem to find it because you got on after we dropped it, or you're looking for something specific that has to do with what we're doing here and you can't find it, it will be there on the Facebook page. So when one of the other coaches starts to do their introduction, I'm actually going to go to the Facebook page and put the registration link just in case anybody has not registered through the link yet. And I'm also going to be putting the Zoom information there for everybody. So if you go to that Facebook page, you can go there and get it. And then I'll be putting the Facebook link right here in this chat as well. So you guys can get locked into that Facebook page. So kind of do some talk in that community. We're going to run a couple of polls in there, throughout the time. So we're going to be actively in that community when we're not live as well. So when we're not doing this, we will be putting things in there, asking questions, asking you guys how y'all like the session. What are you looking to get out of it? Things like that will be going on in the Facebook community. So you guys can chime in with that as well. And maybe that'll help you guys grow a little bit better, a little bit faster, and get you guys a little bit used to talking in the community on Facebook. So hopefully that'll help you all there as well. And then it keeps people from looking for things all over the place. Because I know sometimes it's like, I can't find the email, I can't find this, I can't find that. You can always go to that page and find it there. And nobody is in that community that's not a paid enrollee of this course. So it's a private group. So you cannot get in that group unless you're a member of this 4-day event that we're doing. So it's not just general people in there. So everything you say will just be heard or seen by the people that are in this particular community. So Sharon, you want to say anything?
Yes, I just wanted to say that I'm excited about everybody being here. This has been a work of joy for us. This has been, can we turn this thing upside down? Can we make sure we're doing something, giving something to the marketplace that nobody else is doing? And we've been able to do that. So I was like, last night I couldn't sleep. I was like, it's almost Christmas. One more day, it's almost Christmas. So it's Christmas. Let the games begin.
Good stuff, good stuff. All right, so we're gonna, I know we're gonna be getting started. What we're gonna be doing, today's day one, so we're gonna be doing introductions from the coaches, and they're gonna be short introductions because most of you guys know us already, but we just wanna make sure you guys have the information on us. We're gonna be letting you know what applications and things you need. And I do have three-page PDF that I'm gonna put the link in there for. When you click on it, it's gonna open up the declaration of intent. And then on the declaration of intent, there's gonna be something that says welcome, like a little emoji pointing at a welcome, BAPS. And when you click that, it will actually open up that 3-page document, letting you know the things you need to have: Microsoft, Google, Asana, all the apps and things that we're going to be using and talking about. We want to make sure you guys are able to download it. Now, we're not going to be talking about those today. So you have until tomorrow to get them on, because we're going to start talking about applications and things tomorrow. So we want to make sure that you have them already. So you will have that declaration of intent on here today. We're going to be talking about it. Sharon?
And we have Ariel is here. So Coach Simone, and also we have Coach Brent who's joined us. So do you guys have anything you want to just say hello to the BAPS family?
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
so excited to be here with you guys, family. This is amazing. I can't tell you all enough, like, how ready I am to be able to dig in with everybody, answer the questions, get the needs served, so that you're comfortable with going from offline with your business to fully online, and even automating the process somewhat. So I am excited. I can't wait for us to be able to dig in. I'll say this: it's a safe space. It is a judgment-free space, and also it's a space where I expect a lot of questions. I want a lot of questions. And so I really want us to be able to shake it out. Don't think that you should know anything already. Like, that is so important for me. And even look, Mrs. Owens is like, exactly. Like, I don't want you to think that you have to have any prior knowledge, anything that, you should have known, shoulda, coulda, would, none of that. We are here. We are ready. We're prepared. And so I'm so excited. It's Christmas for me too, Coach Larry. HB, you got anything you want to say?
I think
Absolutely. No, thank you so much. and super fired up. Been looking forward to this, been prepping for it, been meditating on top of Tibetan mountains, trying to get right so that we can bring you everything that you need this weekend. If you get through this weekend, if you get to Monday and you're the same person, I would say we didn't do our job, but I know we're going to do our job. So I'm going to say you didn't do your job by welcoming, by taking all the information, by being here, not to be curious, but to be serious, right? And that's what we need from you. We need you to be absolutely serious. We need you to draw a line in the sand right now before everything starts. We want you to make a list of what you want to get out of this thing. What is those things? What are those pressure points that you feel? If I hit this, this, and this, that's the combination. It's like playing the Nintendo games back in the day. What's your cheat code? What is your code? Up, down, left, right, BA select start? I don't know. That's Contra, but I don't know what it is for you. What am I going to do? I'm going to work with you all as far as your belief. My good sister Ariel said, this is a judge-free zone, which is true. This is a safe place, but the rest of the world isn't. The rest of the world may not be, and we need to make sure that you are strong enough, you are secure enough, that judgments don't matter, because you know this very small list of people who can judge you and you actually care, right? But we're going to work on all that. What's your mindset? Getting you in the right place. That's what I'm here for. Super excited about doing that. My bachelor's is in communication. My master's is in coaching psychology, working on my doctorate in performance psychology right now. I've been a trainer for 25 years and more, and been training not just in the business world, but everything from prisons to working with gang members to get them out of their gang situations. I was in Ghana working there with the schools. I was in South Africa working with Gandhi's granddaughter, who brought me down to work in the townships and with the police officers and the community and bridging those gaps. So I've worked in to the reservations, right? To the rich areas of town. So I've worked in all these different areas with all age groups, helping from 5 to 105, helping individuals cross that bridge to the place that they want to be. And I look forward to pouring all of that into you all. And if you don't have a good time, it ain't my fault, because I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have a great time. So I hope and I invite you to join me in a joyfully learning and growth experience. So good to see you all. Miss Larry, big sis right there, Ariel is in the house. And of course, my brother, the orchestrator. If we were the X-Men, he's Professor X, you know what I'm saying? So my brother Dunbar, man. So I'm turning, oh, he's in the chair. You look like Professor. You got the whole chair going. You know what I mean? Don't shave your head yet. It's not time, though.
Absolutely. No, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I'm going to turn it over to one of our young ladies to do their introduction. And then we're gonna work it all the way back around and then go into our intent. So I'm gonna turn it over to you, Miss Ariel Simone, and I'm so glad that I'm not going behind his resume. So I'm gonna pass it over to you so you can do that, because you got that great college education as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So family, when I decided that I wanted to grow a business that would last, another 100, 200, 300 years, I really started to research and decide, what would that look like? Who would I have to show up as? What would I have to become? And I ended up going into the world of marketing because I realized that you couldn't do business the right way without it. I hope that, put a 1 in the chat if you guys recognize that marketing is a separate division from sales, is a separate division from operations, is a separate division. Human behavior and psychology is so crucial. So just so that you guys know a little bit of my background, I started a consulting firm at the age of 24. And this was after I did door-to-door sales. This is after I did high high income sales even. And I decided that I wanted to be able to serve small business owners like yourselves in a major capacity, helping them expand, helping them merge, helping them create systems. And so I went into the world of what some people call managerial accounting. And after dealing with C-suite, whether that was CFO, CEOs, COOs, controllers of companies, I recognized that there was a gap between people, income, and resources, right? And so I started filling that gap and filling that need. And then I slowly but surely navigated into the world of marketing because I recognized that, yeah, we wanted sales, but we didn't know how to create relationship. We didn't know how to build trust. We didn't necessarily know how to find the people that needed our solution. And so I want you guys to write down right now, what need do you fill? Jot that down for me. What need do you think that you fill? And it may not be the same answer at the end of this weekend, but we're going to make sure that by the time that the person lands on your website, your social media platform, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, whether that is LinkedIn, they know that they can trust you and they know that you can create that solution. Family is non-negotiable. If we recognize, I decided that I was going to take this profession seriously, and I am Google Ads certified, Amazon Ads certified. I'm the person that's the performance marketer. So not just digital marketer, I'm the person that looks at the spreadsheets. I'm in the builders. I'm setting up marketplaces for enterprise companies that are selling their items on Amazon and Google. And so I find that the gap is we don't necessarily know how to communicate to the pain point of our customer. And so that's what I want to help you do. I want to help you show up in a human way. And I want to make sure that you know that you can become a marketer, a true marketer that speaks a heart language without sacrificing family, without sacrificing the sale, without sacrificing the time that you're going to spend in your business as well. And you get to have fun while doing it. So excited to be here, family. Yes, I'm degreed up. Yes, I have experience in business in other places, but I really am excited to be able to serve the needs for your social media. And I want us to all recognize that we are truly the start of our history. By the time, Gary Vee said it best, by the time that we look around to the left, to the right, and start researching back on our grandfathers, our great-greats, and our great-great-greats, because we have so much capability to create platform and visibility and a presence that will be here digitally for hundreds of years to come, family, we're sort of kind of like the starting point. And when we recognize that, we get to take what we do seriously and we get to show up for the needs of our legacy. So excited to be here. I will pass it to Coach Larry.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's awesome. You know, it's awesome. Every time I hear your background, I'm just like in awe. I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, she did that. She does this. She can do that. So I'm going to be one of those people who's going to be, you know, bowing at the throne because I truly want to be able to use, you know, use all of the different platforms of, you know, whether you're talking Facebook or TikTok or Twitter or whatever it is. So thank you for showing up and showing out. So me, well, a little bit about me. I'm the geek. Now, I say that because I am truly a sales guru, but I'm also a geek. And here's how I got from geek to sales. When I got out of school, I had a degree in computer science. I became a programmer. And some of you guys have no idea what that is. But back in the day, that's what we called it, a programmer. And from there, I started to work on programs, working with particular companies. And I had this one gentleman who was always saying, you'd be great in sales. You'd be great in sales. And I was like, because I was doing sales and marketing. I was doing some public relations, and advertising was where he was in, what he was doing. So he convinced me to take the leap. And once I did, I was head over heels in love with sales. I love the autonomy. I love the idea that I had no ceiling in terms of my income. I love the fact that I could learn. I love the fact that I had freedoms that I had not experienced in corporate America before. I was always in a cubicle. Now I was working from home, and again, I could earn whatever I wanted. So I dived in. I went to them and I asked if I could take a sales course. They paid for a Dale Carnegie 12-week sales course for me. And I'm telling you, I was sold. I just felt like this was my destiny. And what I learned along the way is that as long as I have the skills that I've acquired over the years in sales and marketing, I don't care where you put me. It doesn't matter. Those skills will transform no matter what industry I'm in. And it gives me the ability to earn money at all times. And I realized that as I got older, there were more and more women coming to me, and I really wanted to be able to pour back in. I have a heart for women. I love my brothers. I cannot imagine this world without them. But I'm going to tell you, when the world has knocked me down, it's a sister who's picked me up. She let me cry on her shoulder. She came and cleaned the house. She washed the children. She mopped the floor for me. So when I realized that it was time for me to show up in the way that was my destiny, it was about giving back to the women, right? And specifically women who were 40 and over, because society was telling them every day, no, you don't have anything else to offer. You've had the children, you've worked in corporate America, you've given so much of yourself. Now we want to put you out to pasture. And I was saying, look at these incredible women. Look at all that they still have to offer. The 40, the 50, the 60, the 7-year-old, they were viable and they wanted it. And they were willing to do whatever it takes. And I'm like, if they want it and I can show them how to get it, then I am there. I am there for it. And I believe that we still, because of what we've learned, right? I tell people I'm not my age. I'm not my age. I am all of the experiences that I've had. I'm all of the things that I've encountered over the years. I'm all of the disappointments. I'm all of the gains. I'm all of these things that make me someone who is a wise woman. So there are a lot of wise women. And I'm saying, come along. Let's figure this out. Right? Because sales is sexy. I don't care what anybody says. Sales is sexy, right? So I'm excited about kicking off here. This is the geek part of me. The automation and the technologies. This is the geek part of me. So I get to live the geek part of me, and I get to live the sales part of me. And I hopefully will show up in a way that I give you guys all that I got, right? So I appreciate you showing up, and I appreciate the fact that you're willing to be here with us for 4 days, and that you're willing to do what's necessary, because we know that if you do the things that we share with you, that in a split second, it can change your whole life. It can change your business. It can change your legacy. So thank you guys so much. I am going to turn it over to Mr. Robert Dunbar. TBD, right? Training
Right.
Dunbar. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you. He has really, truly made this effortless for the rest of us. Thank you.
We did it as a team, and everybody's playing their part, and that's why this came together the way it did. We all stretched and moved and pushed, and not only in the business world, but with our families and loved ones. It's been things going on in everybody's world that's part of this, outside of the business aspect of what we're doing, and we've been able to reach around that and still get here and do this for everybody. So thank you guys so much. This is going to be exciting for me. Like I'm overwhelmed. I laid down at like 5 o'clock in the morning and got right back up at 8, and I've been up ever since. And I don't even know when I'm gonna go to sleep again. I'm hoping I get some sleep between today's session and tomorrow's session, because I'm super excited. My story is I haven't had a lot of experience with working a 9 to 5. And what I learned in the business world, I learned because I made a lot of mistakes and I lost a lot of money. I was taken advantage of by several different people in the real estate world. I got beat on a $75,000 deal my first year in Florida. I did a deal. It was supposed to be a split $75,000 split, and the guy walked away with everything. And I still haven't seen the guy. I got beat so many times by bankers and business partners, and because I was out here trying to do it all by myself. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have anything. I was out here going from one business to the next, and it was always about money. It was never about what I really loved to do. That's how I turned into a quality of life person, because at one point, everything was about money. So when I got here, I started doing real estate, and real estate went bad. I had 8 properties. I lost 3 of the properties. I had a Mercedes-Benz and a BMW. I was playing musical chairs with the Mercedes-Benz, hiding it behind the house that I had left, right? Because my BMW had been taken. And in the meantime, while I was dealing with all this, while lights was being cut off, a house of property was being taken, bank accounts was being drained, I had a bleeding ulcer because I was so stressed out, and I had no other form of income, right? I didn't know how to get a job and keep a job. So I was just in a situation where I had to figure it all out, which means I had to go to the next thing. So I went to assisted living, had no experience in caregiving, didn't want to be a caregiver, but I wanted to make money. And I found out real quickly that you cannot caregive for money. So in that industry, I did it. I made some decent money. And then I realized that it was 42 limited mental health clients versus me, and they was winning. So I had to make a decision that I wasn't going to spend the rest of my days, right? But everything that happens for a reason, because I spent so much time around limited mental health clients that I understood that industry so well that 3 years later, my daughter was diagnosed with bipolar 2, and I knew how to handle it. Because I had been around those clients for so long, I had dealt with those clients for so long, I knew how to get her checked out. I knew the signs when I saw it, and we were able to get on top of it and take care of the situation because I had that experience, because I was in that world, right? So I went from there to tax offices, to a franchise tax office. I did a Janet King janitorial service. I did that, spent $50,000 on a Janet King janitorial service and made no money. The one and only business that I spent money on and didn't make a dollar back. So I got in so many different industries, so many different businesses, and none of it was based on what I wanted to do. It was all based on money, right? I thought I was living the dream. 4 years into Florida, got into the nightclub business, the dancing nightclub business, and thought, right? At 30 years old, I was living a life. I'm in Florida. I own a strip club. I can stay out all night. I can hang around women. And it was the worst decision I ever made. It was the worst. Let me tell you something. When I got into that business, I don't think I dated for about 3 years afterwards. I saw so many women, I didn't want to see a woman for 3 years.
He was living the life of P Valley.
I'm telling you, it's serious, right? So I found out quickly that I was not the kind of person that wanted to own a nightclub. I was not the kind of person that wanted to stay up all night in a nightclub. I had to stay up all night managing the club, doing all these different, and it just wasn't working for me. So some of these things made money, but they didn't make sense for me. And I learned lessons all the way along the way. I learned the big lesson when I owned a nightclub, which was, right? But I fired 2 bartenders. And I went to a guy and I said, look, man, you got to help me find a bartender. I keep firing these bartenders. He said, for what? I said, because they stealing. He said, how long you been in the nightclub business? I said, I'm new. He said, well, let me show you something. You can't hire a bartender that don't steal. They can only make money for you if they steal. So I learned that lesson at that point, that a good bartender has to steal. That's what makes him a good bartender, right? So I learned that lesson. And then from there, I learned one lesson after next, after next, after next. And then I got myself in a position, and I said, after Legal Shield, tax offices, assistant living, Janet King janitorial service, a networking company, a nightclub, investing in real estate. I did all of these different things, right? And I kept going up and down, up and down, up and down. And what I realized is business is its own entity. It's its own entity. So you can be a cook, you could be a dancer, right? You could be a scientist, you could be an educator, you could be whatever you want to be. When you step into the world of business, that's a completely different learning curve. And I learned that in that process. So what helped me become a coach was when I realized that I was training for 20 years for free, because I've been training for over 20 years. I've only been getting paid for maybe the last 7. So all those other years, I just trained for free. When I realized that that was my passion and realized that I had something to give, and the something to give that made me go into the coaching world was there were too many people that thought because they were good at something that they could open up a business. And they had to realize that opening up a business means that you sometimes have to walk away from what you do well to run the business. So if you love working on pets, if you're a veterinarian and you love working on pets, don't open up a veterinary office, just work on somebody else's. Because the minute you open up a veterinary office, you will not be working on a whole bunch of pets anymore. Because there's going to be a lot of other things you're going to have to take care of. So part of me being a coach is me showing people that love what you do, have a passion in what you do, but understand as a passionate business owner, you need to understand business and don't mix the two. Don't mix the two. Run your business and do what you love. And so for me, it's all about quality of life. It's not about how much money I make. It's about me being able to go to sleep knowing that I did what I said I was going to do. It's about being able to give my children and my granddaughter, who we raised because my daughter has a mental illness, the lifestyle that I couldn't afford for my kids because I had my kids young. I was broke. I was struggling. Their mom was struggling, and now we have a chance to do all the things for our granddaughter, and now for my 15-year-old son, who is the youngest, and I'm in a different position. So I want to help people be able to do that. And I know doing what I do right now, this has been the best way for me to be able to do that. So I know that was a long introduction. I apologize. I am going to now turn it back over to Ms. Sharon Leary about our because now we're gonna have you guys make a commitment to this, to your learning. And I've already put in a chat a link. And if you click on that link, it will open up the PDF, which is your declaration of intent. And if you go to the welcome button on there and click on it, it will open up the 3-page apps and software document that you're gonna look at to know what you need to have starting tomorrow. So if you didn't get that link, I'll drop it in again while Sharon's going through this. But Sharon, I thought it was a great idea to do this. She created it, and we're gonna go ahead and make you guys commit to you getting better, like Harold said in the beginning. So Ms. Sharon Leary, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Okay, I was trying to show you guys that we all have shirts on, BAPS shirt, and we all have something different on. So I wanted to, so you guys could see, mine is freedom. You know, when Mr. Dunbar talked about, it's not about the money, for me, it's about the freedom. It's about having the opportunity to be with my grandchildren, be with my husband. So yeah, it's not about the money, but when you're doing what you love and you're passionate about it, the money does come. So HB, what does your shirt say?
My shirt says self-mastery. You know what I mean? And I love the way you just set that up, because I feel just like you, it's not about the money. It's a lot. I'm from the west side of Chicago, late 80s, early 90s. I've been turning money down, big money, for a long time. All money, not good money. As my granny would say, all money ain't good money. And so it's about being able to have the freedom and the finances, not just for the sake of finances, but for the sake of mastering myself. Because this is really the only thing I have in control. And what I've learned is when you master yourself, you vibrate and influence everything around you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you put a speaker close to a pool, you're going to see the ripples in the water, even though the speaker don't touch the pool. There's forces that we can't see, that force, but it exists. We can't see magnetism, but it exists. Often we can't even see the wind, but we know it could take down a building, right? So when our self-mastery and me mastering myself is just, man, probably because of the journey that I went through, just growing up and experiencing life. So that's what this whole thing is about. You master yourself, everything else around you will fall into place. You'll find out it was in place already. You just weren't looking at it right.
Thank you, HB. Miss Simone, what are you hailing?
First, I just want to say this because I'm in the office. My mother is on her laptop. I'm on my desktop. And if you heard the, you go, girl, yeah. I said, what you love me like that. Like the way that
That's my girl. That's my girl.
You hear that? She says like she lost her HP. She always wanted her son. So mine says go live. Go live, family. It's non-negotiable. You are qualified. Write that down. You are qualified. When you recognize that you are qualified and you don't need anybody's permission to become your own platform, it shifts the way that you show up for your people. It is your obligation and your duty to serve at all levels. I asked my best friend just, I want to say 2 weeks ago before her birthday, I said, are you ready to be obedient? And are you ready to be platformed? We ask, however we see, we ask God, Allah, Yahweh, source, energy, whatever we report to, we ask for so much. But I want to ask you, don't you recognize that you're qualified? So going live isn't, oh, we're going live. No, it's you serving in your purpose. It's you showing up. And I'm so excited to be able to do that with you, family. Back to you, Coach Larry.
Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen. And Rob, we did see yours, right?
Yeah, mine says automation, and it says automation because I believe in reversing the cycle of having a bunch of employees help you run the business, but having some software and an intelligent employee to save you that money, because of having employees is one of your biggest expenses. And now you can run your business on automation. You can literally go anywhere in the world and still run your business as long as you understand automation. So that's why my shirt says automation. So turn it back over to you.
Thank you. So this is our declaration of intent. And Mr. Dunbar made sure that he put the link. So please click on the link and you're going to be taken to the page where you can actually sign this declaration so that we know that you're serious. You know, we play, but we're serious about helping you find your freedom. Now, when I talk about freedom a lot, because freedom to me means that I have choices. And as long as I have choices, then I can always make sure that I'm an example, right? We talk about the promises, right? We talk about, the highest power has given us the promise. And if we understand that, then we understand that we also have an obligation to be examples. Somebody has to be an example of the promise for the rest of us to be able to say that I can do it too. So today we're asking for your declaration, and it just says that, we at BAPS look forward to, the collaboration. But here's what you can expect from us. We're going to give you our complete attention. We're going to be focused on you. We're focused on your success. It's designed so you can achieve an understanding of the systems that are available to you, how AI works. And you're going to be hearing a lot about AI, artificial intelligence. A lot of the tools we're already using are AI. So it's nothing that we have to fear. It's something we can embrace now, and we can make it work for us. So we want to make sure that you understand what we expect from you. So this is 4 days. We just need you to make this a priority. Now, some of you already have commitments that were made long before you decided to be a part of this. But if you can be here every day and totally ready, because we're going to make sure you have the tools on the front end, the worksheets, the websites, the apps that you're going to need in order for you to be able to be effective in this training. We also want to let you know that you are a key player. Remember, I talked about collaboration. This is a collaboration. We couldn't be here if you weren't here, and you couldn't be here if we weren't here. So it's important for everybody to understand that we as key players have to show up. We have to show up physically, but we have to show up mentally, right? And we want to make sure that every session that you're prepared to ask questions. Now, I call myself the queen of questions. And for those who know me, I even teach a course on how to ask questions, because I have found that the more questions I ask, the more I understand, and the more that I can move toward the thing that I need, want, or trying to do. So it's important that you ask questions here. And I know that sometimes we think, I don't want to be embarrassed, or I don't want to sound like I'm not really getting it. This is the purpose. This is why we're here. And, as Ariel said earlier, this is a no judgment zone. That's one of my favorite things when I'm working with people. There is no judgment. You listen to Rob's story. Look at how many times he tripped, he fell, but every time he did, he was able to get up. He was able to get up. So don't be afraid to ask questions, right? And let your intuition, your gut, let it guide you, right? If it's asking you to respond, to ask questions, just do it. Don't overthink it. Just do it, right? And, between sessions, we can make sure that if you need to talk to Ariel, if you need to talk to Harold, if you need to talk to me, again, we need to know what you need. We cannot read your minds, right? And BAPS is designed to help you learn to ask powerful questions. It's how to share where you are in your business. And it's here so that we can offer you a different perspective. We want to provide a structure. We want to assist you in goals and planning and strategizing. We want to hold you accountable. And I love that word, accountable, because every time that I've been asked to be accountable, I show up in ways that I didn't even know was possible, right? So we're going to hold you accountable, right? We want you to trust you to make the decisions about what information can work for you, because there will be some things that may not be for you right now. It's okay. You're going to still have the information. So when the time is right, you will be ready to receive it. Tell the truth. Just tell the truth. None of us are going to die from you telling us the truth. And the truth that we share with you, you won't either, right? Believe in you. You are your highest good. And the reason I know that is because you showed up here. So you are your highest good. Do the assignments. Do the assignments, right? We are not here to give you legal advice. We're not here to judge you, right? We're not here to give you financial advice, right? We believe that as adults, that you can make the decisions. We are here to help make sure that you're getting the best from this training. So each session, use your worksheets. And don't feel like, okay, if I use the worksheet, because you'll have them in PDF form. That means you can always print them out. You can scratch all over them, and you can go back and, print what you need or write in them where you need. Write your questions down. Jot your questions down. Even if you feel like, hey, I got a question right now. If it's not the appropriate time, jot the question down and then ask the question at the appropriate time. Please email us if you are having any difficulties. Just drop something in the email so we'll know, right? Be willing to stretch beyond your comfort zone and just have some fun and sign the agreement. That's the last thing. Sign the agreement, right? Okay. I hope this makes sense. I hope it makes sense why we're doing this. I hope that you understand that we need your commitment because you have ours. If it's okay, if this makes sense for you, give me a 6 in the chat. Give me a 6 if this makes sense for you. Good stuff. Excellent. Excellent. Cool. Good stuff. 6s. Come on with the 6s. Oh, yes. You guys are ready. I can tell you're ready. So from this point, I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Dunbar so that we can start to move toward the things that you need to know for the rest of this weekend.
All right, good stuff. So I see a couple of people put in the chat that their blue button is not working. So let's address that first.
Okay,
I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
I'm gonna stop my share.
So you guys should be looking at a sheet that looks like this. And all it is the same thing that Sharon Levy went over, it's just set up in a different structure, same information. And when you get down here to the blue button, if the blue button doesn't work, just kind of go over to the little guy here, the little emoticon guy. And if you could see how my pointer changed from an arrow to a finger, because that's where you click at. Wherever it does that at, that's where you're gonna click it on there. And when you click on it, it'll open up that document. And this document is just gonna be a 3-page document. This is a cover page. This is page 1, applications and software. This is what you're going, some of the things I'm going to be going over. So I'm going to need you to have access to on your phone or tablet or computer. And then on page 2, and there may be some additional things with Coach Larry and Coach Simone that I may not have on here, but this is an editable document, so I can put those on there if need be. But this is Coach Leary's things here, and then Coach Simone's here. So you guys should have all of that, be able to see all of that when you click on that button. If anybody can check the chat, go in the chat and see it. I want to make sure everybody can click on that button. If you can't, put it in the chat. I can't see the chat because I'm looking at something else here. So if any of the other coaches see that people saying they still can't click on that,
Okay,
let me know.
I'm seeing got it. Button works, okay.
Good,
So
good.
it looks like, is there anybody who is not able to access this? Please let us know in the chat. Okay,
Good.
good. Looks
right.
like we're good.
So I'm gonna mention my items, and then I'm gonna
Wait a
turn
minute,
it
wait a
over.
minute.
Yeah.
I see that Arencia Johnson.
Mhm.
Ms. Johnson, are you able to access it? Let me know in the chat. Arencia Johnson. Okay, I see everybody else got it. Okay,
So at least we
okay,
know it's
cool,
working. We
cool.
definitely know it's working. So I'm
Okay.
gonna mention my items, and then I'm gonna turn it over to you all to do, because just in case you guys want to say anything specific about your particular software.
Okay,
Yep. So just so you guys see on the first page here, it says downloaded and applicable by day 2, which is tomorrow. So make sure you have them by tomorrow on your phone or your tablet, whatever you're working on. Make sure you have them. But I'll kind of let you guys know what it is so that you understand what it is for my particular items. Then I'll turn it over to the other coaches. So I'm going to do a lot on Google. So of course, most of you all already know how to get to Google, right? Google.com. Make sure that you have a Gmail account. If you don't have one, just set one up. All you have to do is go to gmail.com and then set up an account. When you go to gmail.com, if you don't already have an account, it's going to ask you to create one. You're just going to create a Gmail account if you're going to be using Gmail. Now, I'm going to be talking about Gmail. If you're already using Outlook and that's what you're satisfied with, and you're doing everything through Outlook, and that's where you want to stay, then obviously you don't need to download Gmail. But if you want to have a Gmail account, you want to see the things I'm going to show you how to use it for, what you can use it for, then you're going to make sure you download a Gmail account. And as we get into account, I'll tell you more about how to have a professional account and all that once we go there. But Google applications, Google Calendar, Google Keep, Google Drive, and Google Docs. Those are going to be the main ones that you want to make sure you have access to. Now, remember, when you go to your calendar, when you go to Google Calendar, you'll be able to get to Google Keep, and then Google Drive and Google Docs will be on Google, and I'll show you how to get there. So if you're on Google in general, right, let's just say, let's go to my email here. So if I'm in Gmail, right, any Google application that you're in, if you go to the right here, see where my cursor is at? where those little boxes are at, if you click that box, it'll pull up all the apps. And all you need to do is click on whichever app. Your login is going to be the same, so it's just going to take you there. So when it's time to go to Google Drive, you're just going to click on Google Drive. When it's time to go to Google Docs, you're going to click on Google Docs. When it's time to go to Google Keep, you're going to click on Google Keep, but we're probably going to go on Google Keep from Google Calendar. So what's going to end up happening is we're going to be here in Google Calendar, and then we're going to go right over here to this sidebar to get to Google Keep. And really, when we get to Google Keep, I'm going to turn it over to Sharon Leary because she's going to be talking about Google Keep. So she may have you go right into Google Keep or go here, but this is one way that you can get to it. You can either click this box here that says Google Apps and scroll down to Google Keep and click it there. Oh, sorry. Click it there. Or you can just go right here to your sidebar and you've got the Google Keep right here, and I can click on it there, and it'll just open up the side of my computer, and I can go ahead and take my notes and do everything I need to do there. Does that make sense? Some of y'all like, why are y'all in my Google Keep? Because y'all are testimonials for mission. So that's where you guys would have that at. So those are going to be things that you're going to need to access coming up here. So if you look at, oh, somebody tried to get in. If you look at Acuity scheduling. So Acuity is going to be something that you're going to want to have. They do have a free version, not a free version, a trial. So with Acuity scheduling, I'm going to cover Acuity and Sharon's going to cover Calendly. So whichever one you're going to use, that's which one you want to download, or you can download both and just see which one you want to use. Understand that Calendly costs less. Calendly has a free version, and then they have a version that runs about $8 a month. So if you budget conscious, you want to work with Calendly. I use Acuity. Acuity runs me about $14 to $15 a month, but they do have a free trial. So I did the free trial, and then after the free trial, the lowest cost Acuity package is going to be $14 to $15 a month. The lowest Calendly package is going to be free. So if it's about a budget for you, keeping your budget in a certain place, which it should be for all business owners, right? You want to make sure that you're using the Calendly in that case. They typically do about the same thing, but regardless, I'm going to cover Acuity and Sharon's going to cover Calendly. So you're going to get a tutorial on both. And it's going to be in her list of items as well. We're going to also talk about Fiverr. It's not about downloading Fiverr. We're just going to go to that website when we talk about Fiverr. When we talk about Asana, we're just going to go to the website. If you want to put the app on your phone, if you decide you're going to use Asana Task Manager, then you can download the app. But we're just going to go to asana.com on the computer, so you don't necessarily have to download anything. And Asana does have a free version. So Asana has a paid version and a free version. The free version is really good. So for the most part, I would say about 90% of you all here will not need to move into the paid version of Asana. So you'll be good using it, and it'll be able to host everything that you're doing right there as a task manager and allow your virtual assistant to work with you in that space as well. Canva has a free version. Again, you don't have to download it unless you're going to put it on your cell phone or your tablet. If you're just going to go to it on your computer, you're just going to go to canva.com. And that's where you're going to get on that. They do have a free version. The paid version runs about $12.95, just so you guys know, if you want to have the paid version. There is a difference in the two, obviously, on what it does. I have the paid version on Canva, but I had the free version for 4 years before I moved into the paid version, just so you know. And then brand.io is a way that you can create your own logos. Now, you can create logos on Canva, but you can also create logos on brandmark.io. And it costs about $35, not to have the app, not to be on their site, about $35 when you create your logo with them. And they will give you probably over 60 or 70 versions of that logo in different colors. It'll be raised, everything else. It'll give you just all of the other, the transparent versions and all that stuff will come along with it for about $35. So that's an option to get your logo done if you don't want to use Fiverr, or you don't want to find a high price person that might be $80, $90, $150 to get your logo done. You can always get it done through Brandmark for $35 or on Fiverr for about $50 if you go and if you take that route. So with that being said, I am going to turn it over to Miss Larry or Coach Larry, so she can talk about the different items that she's gonna be covering.
Okay, let me do a share real quick because I
Yeah,
kind of broke it down a little bit.
There you go.
Okay. Let's see. All right.
Sorry, family. Sometimes you guys are gonna see a spotlight from me, and then and maybe because Coach Dunbar and I are both doing the same handle. So sorry about the tech glitches. It's not really glitches; it's too many people doing. So
Good stuff. So these are the things that Coach Dunbar talked about that I will be talking about. So HubSpot, and here's the website. It's HubSpot.com. So what it is, I'm going to be going over what it is, why you should be using it, what it does, and I'm going to show you the simplified version to keep it uncomplicated. And we're going to be using the free version, right? And you're going to have worksheets. The worksheets will show you sequences for your data input. We're going to talk about creating simple workflows. We're going to do email tracking, and then we're going to do some application integration. Then with Calendly, we're going to make sure that you are using Calendly, not just for your business, but also for your life. So if you're like me, we have 6 children, 19 grandchildren, and sometimes I have to say, hey, if you want me to babysit, you got to go to my Calendly. Can you see on my calendar? And they are usually pretty good. They go and look out, far enough out so that they can put it on my calendar. And it just makes sense. I use it for my clients. I use it for my business. And I use it for my personal life as well. So with the worksheet, we're going to be setting up your calendar so that you can get maximum leverage. And remember, freedom. Everything that we're talking about, and definitely everything I'm talking about, is freeing you up so that you're not doing those same tasks, administrative tasks, over and over and over. And so you can get rid of those 300,000 pieces of paper that you have on your desk, right? How did I know? I'm telling you, I can see through the machine. I can see it through the machine. Look at all this stuff on your desk. So we're going to try to help make sure you can get rid of some of that. Google Keep Notes, I love. Coach Dunbar and I both use it, but I have recipes in it. I have one note that I have for my husband, because every time I send him to the store for this same item, he always says, what is it now? How can I find it? So I have a picture of it in Keep Notes, and all I have to do is text it to her from my Keep Notes, and I do it about once a month, right? But it's things that are going on with my business, but my life. And if I go to a particular website and I like it, but I don't really have time right now, I'm just going to drop it right in my Keep Notes. And I'm going to set a time and a date to remind me to go back and take a look at it. That's what I love about Keep Notes, and it's free too. It helps me to keep it all together, and hopefully it's going to help you keep it all together. I'm going to be talking about Windows. I am a Google girl too, but I'm also a Windows girl because I grew up with Windows and Microsoft, and I use Outlook. But there are a lot of little gems in Windows that can complement what you're already doing if you're using Chrome and Google, right? Because if you have a PC, you have Microsoft Windows. It automatically comes with most PCs. If you're buying them retail, it automatically comes with the home version of Windows. The other thing I'm going to talk a little bit about, and this is a Microsoft product, is Excel spreadsheets. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that because when we're working in HubSpot, we're going to be uploading spreadsheets. In a lot of cases, we're going to be uploading those spreadsheets. Maybe you've gone to an event and they've sent you a spreadsheet of everybody who was at the event with their name, phone numbers, emails. We're going to be able to learn how to manipulate those spreadsheets so we can upload those to our CRM. And then finally, She's in Business. She's in Business is a content creation platform that's designed just for women. Now, this may not be something that all of you need right now, so I will not spend a whole lot of time, but I am going to let you know that it's there and what it does and give you an idea of whether or not you're going to use it now or possibly in the future that it's available to you. A couple other things I'm going to talk about is Prospect.io. It's artificial intelligence. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. It's not here, but I think that you guys, if you're out here, especially working in the B2B space, Prospect.io, Zoom Info, those are going to be great resources for finding B2B prospects. So now I get to turn it over to the one, the only millennial coach, my niece, Miss Ariel Simone. I'm going to stop the share and turn it back over to you two. I'm going to turn the helm back over to Mr. Dunbar.
Hello, family. All right. So it's to me, right?
Yes.
Right, Coach? Okay, great. So family, I'm really excited because I want to say something before I actually get started on what I'm going to be sharing with you all. But the best things in life are free, right? That's what we heard. We heard that saying. And when we think about optimizing our time in our business, and some of us may have read, the 4-hour work week. These are the items that we think we know how to use them, but we really don't know half of the things that they can do. And so the one ask, if I had to prioritize the asks, because I'm going to ask a lot of you guys this weekend, but if I had to ask something first, it would be to relinquish control of the process. If any point in time throughout this weekend, you say, I know, I want you to go up, like, oh, I already know that. Just flag it in your mind, family, because the way I use Excel, all of us know Excel. Drop a 1 in the chat if we know Excel. This is a basic example, but I really want you guys to get it. I see Dr. Angelia, 1. I see Pam Smith, 1. Angela, 1. I see that people are saying, if you know how to use Excel, drop 1. Janice, the way I use Excel and the way you use Excel, I promise you, are 2 very different ways. I use builders in Excel. I crunch equations in Excel. I have pivot tables and graphs, and I use Excel in a proficient way that a lot of people probably don't even know Excel can do it. Okay. Now I want us to understand that both of us know Excel, but Ariel's been using it for 10 years to be able to come up with different, research documents, right? So it's a little different. And so I really want us to relinquish the process. So today, I want us to know, I am going to ask that we have our cell phone by us, fully charged at all times, ready to go. All right. Cell phone, fully charged, ready to go. The 3 apps that we must be able to have on our phone. And if you have to move storage around, if you have to delete some apps so that you can have these, please, family, do it. It's going to be well worth it. And that's going to be Facebook. It's also going to be Facebook Messenger. Okay, because now those are a 2 and 1, or 1 and 2, however you want to say it. 2 separate apps. That's what I mean. So Facebook Messenger, you're going to need Instagram, and then you are going to need TikTok as well. Okay, those are the social media platforms that we're touching. I'm going to ask that even if you don't plan on using TikTok, you have this limiting belief, and I'm going to say it just like that. You have this limiting belief that TikTok are for children. TikTok are for kids. Look at Angelia. See, I know you. Hey, auntie. Yep. I know you. TikTok are for teenagers. I want you to know they're an 80-year-old woman pulling $10,000 plus a month on TikTok. Okay, you're gonna miss the boat, and that's fine. But not you, Dr. Johnson, not you, Ms. Johnson. But I want us to understand, even if you don't plan on using it, it's my space to make sure that you know how. Okay, so just allow me the opportunity to teach you. Is that fair? Mm-hmm. Drop a 2 in the chat if that's fair. Okay. For Instagram, some of us may have had a past where we said, you know what, I tried Instagram, it pissed me off. I was confused. I hated it. I wanted to break my phone. I threw a little mini temper tantrum. My nephew, who is 5, had to help me every time. Like, even if that was you, guess what? I want you to download it. This is what I'm going to ask, family. limit your resistance. Okay. How many can I want to see as many faces as possible. How many of y'all planned on listening to social media this weekend and not doing social media? Be honest with me. Drop a 3 in the chat if you planned on listening to social media and not doing it. Drop a 3. It's okay. Telling yourself, Nancy, sure, I love y'all. Look, I knew it. I knew y'all about to. Y'all ain't playing me. Y'all are not playing me this week. Okay, I put in too much work. I know y'all. Y'all are my mama. Okay, but guess what? If she can do it, if Sharon can do it, if Coach Larry can do it, if Ariel Simone can do it, guess what? You can do it. Thank you, Miss Buchanan. Thank you, Angela. Ariel's about to change them. That's the goal. That's the goal. Because in order for me to help you, you have to be willing to allow me to coach you. Okay. All right. So tonight, this is your homework. I'm gonna be very clear because I will know everybody on this Zoom. All right. And some of you guys know me from the coaches space. You guys know me. I'm gonna make sure that we're on the same page. I need Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and yes, Facebook Messenger. I need those downloaded onto your phone. If you do not have handles, and all that means is if you don't have a name on those platforms yet, if you've never accessed those platforms, it's okay. Download it. Just download the apps. All right. Now, if you don't have a handle, don't go make one yet. Don't do it without me. Okay. Because I want to make sure. Look, Christella, you laughing? Ms. Vargas is like, because I don't want Susie Carmichael 33_2.0. I don't want that. Okay. So I'm going to help you with that. The other thing that I'm really going to help you all with is content. Sometimes we don't put content out. What a handle is your name. Sorry, before I go into content, Miss Ware, a handle, we call a handle your name on the social media platform. So for example, my handle on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you find me, even my .com is I am Ariel Simone. So you'll see the @ sign, how you tag people on Facebook. Some of us have tagged people on Facebook, that @ sign, and then the person's name, that's their handle, okay? That's how you can find the people. I don't know why they call it a handle. But I am going to make sure that when we create content, some of us aren't consistent on these platforms because we don't know how to organize it. We don't know how to show up in a consistent way. Sometimes we have all of these ideas and we don't know how to brainstorm. We don't know how to roadmap. Put a 7 in the chat if that's you. Like if you were like, okay, I have so many ideas, but I have it in my head and then I try to brain dump it. Then by the time I do that, I'm exhausted. I don't even want to do the post, right? I see some 7s. See, look, y'all thought y'all were gonna get away with it. Oh my goodness, Coach Dunbar, they were trying to play me. Coach Larry, they were trying to play me. Yes, I told y'all I'm the niece. Okay, I am the granddaughter. I know you. So guess what? I'm going to help you project manage your marketing. How many Fortune 500 do you know that don't have a marketing department? I want you to understand this. If you're not on social media, you don't have a marketing department. Do you think your business will ever survive without a marketing department? Be honest. I want some no's in the chat. Just say it out loud to yourself. Say, my business will not survive without marketing. My business will be gone in 5 to 10 years without marketing. And guess what? You talking to people is not marketing. Oh, she says, sorry. Listen. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to organize your content in a project managed way. So we have Asana that you will learn. I will show you Trello. Okay. Same things. You're just going to see it on two different platforms. Okay. Now, the last thing that you guys are going to be, you're going to also be able to track your leads in Trello. I'm going to show you that Trello is free too, right? You can have a certain amount of boards is what they call it. And all that means is just space. You have a certain amount of boards in Trello for free. I show I showed my mother how to organize her leads from social media. How many of us are like, oh my God, I don't even want to be on social media because I can't keep up with the people on social media. I don't even know how to see who I talked to last week. How many of us are like, it's too much to keep up. It's too much to DM. It's too much to, exactly, okay? Facebook Messenger, you can access it on your computer. How many people would like to type back and answer as opposed to text it? Some of us don't do it because it's inconvenient. We don't want to do it on our phones. What if we had text replacements? What if we could just type a shorthand word and then the rest of the message pops up? Are y'all with me? Okay, because I want to solve these problems for you. I showed my mother how to track her leads on social media through Trello. Game changer. Game changer. Her products up so much because she could see everybody. She's not missing any leads. And it's free. And then I'm going to show you preview. Preview, write down preview. Preview can be accessed through your computer. It can also be accessed on your phone. You don't have to download the app. But guess what, Miss Peggy? Miss Peggy, you're gonna have some apps on your phone and you're gonna be out doing your grands in a little bit, okay? They're gonna be like, look at my Aunt Peggy. Okay? They're gonna be like, look at our Aracia, right? Okay. So you can download preview. You can download onto your phone, but you can work it from your computer. And guess what preview does? All the content that you create in Trello and the ideas you have, you can put it in preview for a later date, and it will automatically post on your social media without you having to stop your day, without you having to do it, without you having to plug into anything. So look, Angela, Dr. Griffin says, shut the front door. All the content. They even allow you to upload reels to preview. Okay. Now, can you manage all of your social medias from there for free? No, but they do have free versions. Okay. Let me see as many faces as possible. How many of us are excited? How many, now that I broke that down? Okay. Yay. And then I'm going to be, look at Jackie. And then I'm going to be gifting you all with something over this weekend. And I'm really excited to gift that to you guys, but I'm not going to tell you guys yet because it's a gift. It's something that is extremely valuable. Some people have used it already, but I'm not going to tell you guys until it's that time. So I'm really excited. So Facebook Messenger, type in the chat what your homework is. Put it in the chat. Yup. Ms. Annette said overwhelmed, but excited on social media. Release that. Social media is not overwhelming. These people are not on their phones all day, every day. They not. I'm not. I have all four. Awesome. Facebook Messenger, IG, TikTok. Go ahead, mama. Set it up. Now, don't set it up yet. Have it downloaded. But if you don't have the platform already, leave it without it. Okay, just yes, good correction. Awesome. Trello. You don't have to download it, but know that we're going to use it. And then preview. You don't have to download it, but know we're going to use it. All right. All right, y'all. I love you. Look, Peggy's like, oh yeah. Because some of y'all thought y'all was going to escape it. But we're going to be in breakout rooms. I'm going to look you in your face. I'm going to know if you actually, okay. All right. So I'm going to pass it back over to Coach Dunbar or Coach Larry. And I'm going to go ahead and mute out. It's going to be so much fun, family. So much fun.
No, this is excellent. I'm so excited. Like this is so much fun for me. Like it's my son opened up the door like, what's going on? Right. So like you're making too much noise for an old man. Like at this time of night. So like I'm excited because everybody's in the chat. That people I can feel people developing through Zoom, right? I can feel people understanding that this investment is really worth it. And I can feel what Sharon Larry wanted, which was for people to feel like they're in something different for their money. Now I'm in another training, right? And this is what we wanted it to be. We wanted this to be something different. So we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna turn it over to Sharon before we take a break in case she got something to say before the break. But we're gonna take a quick break. And when we come back, we are gonna hold you guys accountable to see whether or not who put yeses and nos, who has pulled up this declaration of intent and signed it. And then we're going to start talking about, well, I think we're going to answer some questions because there's some questions in chat. And then we're going to do some engagement to find out a little bit more about you all. And we're going to be doing some whiteboarding. So Miss Sharon Larry or Coach Sharon Larry, I'm trying to call you Coach, not Miss Sharon Larry. Coach Sharon Larry, I'm going to turn it over to you before we take our break. You on mute.
I was listening to Ariel talking about Trello preview. I was listening to Mr. Dunbar, Coach Dunbar too, and talking about all of the technologies, and then looking at the things that I discussed. And we could bring you guys so much, right? And it was hard to try to decide exactly what, because like I said, I'm a geek. And it sounds like Era's a geek, and I know Rob's a geek too. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to keep it uncomplicated. This is a step by step. Remember that. We're wanting you guys to be able to actually do some on-the-job training, right? So we are going to keep it as simple as possible, because when you leave here, we want you to be able to say, I did my first TikTok. I've created my first client list in HubSpot. I've been able to set up my Google so that my emails now are going into a filter. And I now have more time to do other things because of what I got from BAPS. So, okay. I heard somebody write that, they're in overwhelm. Don't worry. We're going to keep it very simple. We did share a lot here today, but know this, we're taking you step by step, okay? If everybody's good with step by step, put a 1 in the chat. If you're good, step by step.
And take away this language, guys, because that's one of the things I love about Coach Simone. Coach Simone is in a different generation to me, and she says some language that I really love that she says. Like she said earlier, whoever you report to, right? Whoever you report to, right? Everybody can be praying to a different God. It doesn't matter. We can all still be in the same place. Who do you report to? Whoever you report to, right? And then I like when she said, release it. Mm-hmm. Release it. Like guys, everything is about mindset. Don't let social media control you, intimidate you, and not allow you to run your business, not allow you to have a relationship with family members that don't live in the same city and state as you. Don't allow that to happen. Control that. Put reins on it, right? Think about it like a horse. A horse can be wild, but it can also be tamed. Social media can be tamed so that you can control it and get on it when you want, do what you want. Use these things to benefit yourself, not as a way to go into have an anxiety attack. Every time something new happens, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe all that stuff. No, control these things so that you can get right quality of life out of it. Mm-hmm. Be able to see
come to us, I always say, be brave. Just be brave. Because if you fall, we got you. So you can come all the way to the edge. You can lean all the way over. And if you happen to fall over the cliff, we got you. So it's okay, to say to yourself, this weekend, I will be brave. And I will be willing to step into spaces that I haven't before.
Absolutely. Oh, guys, y'all don't have to send them to us. And we'll discuss that when we come back. So we're going to take a quick break, and it's going to really be the amount of time. We said it's 8:20 on my side. It's 8:20. Is that what time it is? 8:20 p.m. Eastern? Okay, so at 8:25, we are going to start back with or without you. So if you are not here, you're just going to miss whatever you miss. 8:25, we coming back that way. That means you guys can grab something to drink, use the restroom, whatever, or push one of your kids into the wall, whatever you need to do. I know how it is. Sometimes you got to put your kids in the headlock during a break. Whatever you need to do, but come back, be back here in 5 minutes because we're going to get started. We're going to answer a few questions in the chat, and then we're going to go into whiteboard so we can engage you guys and find out more about you all. Which I think was a really great technique that Coach Larry and Coach Simone came up with because they wanted to engage, right? See, that's the women's side. I'm hanging out with a bunch of women. There's a few of us guys. We can do some fist bumping, but
Well, you know,
we're in a
hey,
takeover right now.
you know, we're the designers. He's the engineer. All
I
right.
love it. I love it. Good stuff, guys. So go ahead, take a break, and be back here at 8:25. You just lost a minute because we was talking, so you got 4 minutes left.
Follow me, 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 yeah, follow me. I'm hoping to see the day when my people can all relate. We must stop fighting to achieve the peace that was taught in our country. We shall all be free. Follow me. Why don't you follow me to a place where we can be free? Come with me over there. Let's put an end to racial hatred and let's learn to share. Can you feel it? It's in the air. Now it's time for changes. Time for us to care. Follow me. Why don't you follow me to a place where we can be free?
Found that Angela.
We'll all be free.
All right, all right, all right. So I believe that we're gonna get a couple of questions, make sure we got some questions answered before we go into whiteboarding. And I was putting something in the chat here to Robin, telling us that Mr. Dunbar singing. You do not want to hear me sing. If y'all want this to end early, let me sing. Not want to hear me sing, I promise you that. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get rolling here. So is there any particular questions that are in the chat? I know that, let me put my email in here. Robert@trainingbyDunbar.com. All right, so my email is in here. So I think Nancy Wolf asked what to do with the signed document, right? So we talking about committing. So if you guys can sign your declaration of intent and then save it to your computer and email it to me, that will be fantastic. I have a folder already set up under the BAPS so that we can put those in. It's just a commitment, guys. We're not going to do anything with them. It's just for you to do it. Download, because I know if you send it to me, if you download it to send it to me, that means you downloaded it in your computer, right? So that means that we know that you did it. So that we and that's what we want. We want this to be hands-on. We want you to walk away from this and be able to say, I did an Instagram reel. I created my Instagram account. I created some email scripts. I downloaded this app. I have this service. I have my clients in this service. We want you to be able to walk away from this and say, I have these things in place because you did them here with us. So that was one. So you can use klarity@gmail.com, or it was Clarity. I say Clarity, but it's clarity@gmail.com. You can use Robert@trainingbyDunbar.com for that as well. And again, both of our emails, and I believe ours might be on there too. Both of our emails are on the Declaration of Intent, so you'll see them both there. If for some reason you don't see them here because they scroll up before you can get to them. So, do we have any questions, Sharon? Let me see. Had to change devices. Don't see the link to the document of intent. We will put that back in. Let's see. It's 8:28, so we want to be able to do the whiteboarding. And Ariel, you're going to be handling the whiteboarding, correct?
I love the whiteboard. This is so cool.
I'm saying that like we know how to do it, and we telling her to do it. Like she's the only one that can do it. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in there again for the Declaration of Intent. There it is. Any other questions? Look like we're good. If anybody has any questions about what we went over, if you're confused about anything, put your hand up so that we can see your hand. Put your hand up. Allison Ware. Go ahead, Allison. Going once, going twice.
Hold on, this is because she has to have permissions. So let me go ahead and change the permissions for us. I'm sorry, y'all.
No. Now, hold on though, before you do that, Ariel, did you want to do it a different way? Because you may have done that for a reason.
You said I may have what?
You may have done that for a reason. Do you not want anybody to speak out? Because
I wasn't. Yeah. I'm asking her to unmute. You're right. So I muted everybody, but Allison, now boom, there you go.
With all that struggle, I think I forgot my question. Oh, how soon will the replay be ready for us?
Replay for each day?
Yeah.
It depends on how long it takes to render. I'm not sure. I can't I can't promise you the how fast it's going to be done for the replay for this information. Now, after it's all done, of course, it's going to be you guys are going to be able to log in and get to it. But as far as the unedited, just like the raw copy that Zoom gives, I can get that to you. It's just not going to be edited. So it's going to be just like you on this, just like this all over again, just so you know. Barbara Owens? You muted.
Okay,
Yes, a couple of things. I had to take my TikTok off because I had too much, I didn't have enough space, and I don't really know how to put that back on again. And then the other thing, the intent, do you click on that and then it downloads itself? Because, or do you copy it and take it to your email? How do you download that?
It should be able to just click on, let me see. I mean, I think I just closed mine out too. Hold on. Let me
I mean, how do you, yeah, okay, download.
I'm gonna pull it back up, and that way, when I pull it back up out there to see.
Do you want to share your screen, Coach?
Yeah, I'm trying to cause I clicked it too many times by mistake. So let me see. All right, so let me share my screen real quick and do this real quick. That. So it depends on what kind of computer you're on. Like this is now what you're seeing it on now should be my Microsoft. So if you're on a Microsoft, then you're looking at it here, and you're just gonna go up here to download it. You got all these different things, highlight, this is that, and the other. Right here, you got print, and if I can use print to download it here, if I want to. When I click on it like that, I can download from here, save as a PDF. So if you're doing it with a Microsoft, you can do it that way. You're just gonna save it as a PDF that way. If you're on not Microsoft, but on Chrome, you're gonna do it a little bit differently. You're just gonna click the 3 dots on Chrome. So what I'm going to do is, let me see, pull it up here on Chrome real quick. And open Chrome, and then I'm going to change my to a new share screen. So if I was using my Chrome, like you see here, over here on the right-hand side, you've got the same print button, but then you got the download button here. So you're just gonna click that download, and that's how you would download it if you was on Google Chrome as opposed to a Microsoft computer. So that's how you would download it. Just download it into whatever folder or your desktop or wherever you save things out on your particular computer. And then once you save it there, just email it to Sharon, Larry, or myself, or Ariel, one of us. Just email it to save copy that way. Yep. That's it. Let me take my share off my screen.
Anybody else have any questions? Oh, sorry. Oh, for TikTok. Let me answer that.
Oh, yeah.
So what you'll do, Mrs. Owens, so Barbara, you're gonna, of course, if you don't have storage, then, if you don't have space on your phone, you gotta free up some space. So we gotta relinquish something. And then when you go to your app store, I believe you have an iPhone. I feel like I've seen your phone. Yeah. So you go to your app store and you are going to type in TIK space TOK, right? TIK space TOK, and it's gonna have a cloud with the download arrow because you've already downloaded it previously. So it's not gonna be a new download, but you're gonna download it again. And then you'll log in because you already had a login. I remember you had your TikTok. And so I'm gonna, of course, help you guys save it into like one folder on your phone, and just so that you guys can kind of have some foreshadowing, change your mindset about social. Put that folder, we name it produce, don't consume, or create. Like we name it produce, don't consume, right? So that we're not on there taking apart and everything. We're on this, but that's just letting you guys know. So my stuff is saved in a folder like that, but yeah. Any other questions, family? Anybody else have a question before we start the whiteboard? No hands? As Coach Dunbar was like, going once?
Yeah, there you go. Going once, going twice. Oh, Christella. Is that how you say your name, Christella?
Awesome. Let me get you to unmute.
You look like you got a question for Coach Simone.
I don't know if it's Coach Simone or if it's Coach Dunbar or Coach HB or Coach Larry, but what if I have another commitment on Saturday and I'm not going to be able to jump on at all?
Oh, just send me an email. Just send me an email reminder. So when we finish tonight, or you can do it while we're on, just email me and say, won't be on Saturday. Because I got a list of people that I'm just going to send a raw, uncut version to who are missing the entire Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds good. I just didn't want Coach Simone to think that I was bailing on her.
I said, oh, she gonna miss the day that we in breakout rooms first. Okay.
Yeah. And that's for anybody else. And that doesn't mean bail out because I'm saying it. I'm saying if you know already that you have to bail out. This is, again, be honest with yourself. If you bail out on purpose, you're just taking away from your own success, which means you invested to do nothing with the investment. So I'm saying a serious matter where you can't be here for whatever reason, then what you would need to do is just shoot me an email, and then I will send that raw information out after it comes back to me. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Miss Ariel Simone, or Coach Simone, because she is going to be whiteboarding.
Yes, we're gonna go to Dr. Griffin first. I asked you to unmute perfect, but before I say that, before I pass it to you, Dr. Griffin, family, you're gonna have questions for me. I'm gonna dig into things that I've paid thousands of dollars to be able to learn. Like I paid to play, right? So when it comes to branding, market to message match, when it comes to your avatar, we're doing that this weekend. So I want you to know you're gonna want to show up as much as possible. Like don't skip out. You'll watch the replay and you'll be like, dang. Okay. So over to you, Dr. Griffin.
Thank you. Thank you guys again for everything already. And echoing what Ms. Vargas said, if you know you're not going to come, but you might get the tail end, is it necessary to still send you an email to say, I don't know exactly how much I'm going to miss, but I'm going to definitely try and do what Dr. Ariel just said about chiming in and get as much as you can. So I guess the question is, if you know you're coming, do you just show up tardy, no points taken off, and then, or do we need to send the email to you? And lastly, going back to Miss Queen Sharon, do we need to email our signatures with an affixed signature, our original signature, or can we just change the signature?
You can do an automated signature. Okay, that's fine. Cool.
Thank you.
Oh, and just so you know, Dr. Griffin, it's fillable. So you don't have to do it. You don't have to pull it into any other document. You can just type it in. Just type your signature into the fillable.
And my question is, with that, I did everything. I'm following instructions, but when I typed it in, it still looks like it's printed. So do I need to change the font? And that was my question too. Okay,
no,
cool.
You don't have to do that.
Because it's still an exercise. We just want people to, and then, because it's a mindset. It's just them doing it. So it don't really have to be an actual signature.
Oh, I'm fine. Listen, you say go get grits and come back. I'm coming.
It's good to see you, Dr. A.
Good to be
here.
Yeah.
You look gorgeous always.
No.
Thank you.
And to the question about the video information, that's up to the person. So if you miss 30 minutes of it, or an hour of it, or the whole thing, it depends on whether you want to see the whole thing that way. Because somebody might miss 30 minutes and feel like, man, I want that 30 minutes. Then send me the email and you're gonna get the whole thing, even if you only miss 30 minutes. I just want to make sure that I know ahead of time, so I know to send that out to those people. So if you good waiting for the full batch to come back, do that. If you miss 20 minutes and you want the whole raw unedited version, shoot me an email if you know you're gonna miss 20 minutes, and then I'll send you the whole day. All right. Coach Simone, floor is yours.
All right, y'all. So really quickly, before we ask the first question, and Robin, you asked a question to me personally, like about Messenger, but I am going to share it and not the details, but I'm going to share what is actually happening with your account. So family, if you ever shut down any social media because you're aggravated about something or someone, or maybe there's someone that's been spoofing or somebody got hacked, right? My best friend was hacked about 2 weeks ago on Instagram, and they blocked me, her best friend, and like one other person that she communicates with. I want you to know that there are things and parameters that you can set up to not only secure your account, but also to block people. So for Robin, for your case, if somebody's messaging you that you know is no longer around, like it's not their account has been hacked, you can block that account. Still keep your messenger, right? You just block that account, all right? So I'm gonna allow for everybody to be able to unmute, because this is the fun part, and I want to have some feedback from us. We're going to be asking you guys some questions because we want to be able to get to know the current concerns, right? And again, this is a safe space. I'm going to share something with you all that I thought was pretty amazing. My mom told me just recently that she studied for the air traffic controller test. How many of us know about air traffic controllers? By a show of hands, throw some ones in the chat. Okay, one of the hardest tests you can take, some of the smartest people that you'll ever work with, and it's a high risk job, right? You're dealing with planes and people taking off and landing, and it's wild how much pressure they have on them. She passed with flying colors, by the way, but like 99 or 100, decided not to take on the job because she had a different purpose to fulfill. But I want to share something about their culture. If you do anything wrong, they have what's called a shame-free environment. And with that shame-free environment, they expect for you to tell your manager, your boss, and anybody that's essentially above you and can fix the issue, and come to them immediately, and they will not reprimand. They will not shame you. They will fix the issue, and it goes something as simple as this. Okay, great. Thank you so much for telling me. Let's go ahead and fix it. Boom, fixed. No shame. So when we ask these questions, family, I want you to take that same culture and apply it to this space. Is that fair? Drop a 2 in the chat if that's fair. Okay, so the first question I want to ask is a question just about your business. When I was consulting, I called this a blood wall. I was dramatic, but it got bloody. Like, I was so dramatic because this was, where was your business bleeding? What was leaking in your business? And so the first question I want to ask is, if you could remove one task from your business right now that you feel like is leaking time, energy, wasting money, what would that be? What would that task or that IPA or that particular thing be? What would that item be in your business if you could completely remove yourself and it still be done? What would you like for that to be? And you guys can unmute. So let's unmute, and I think you guys could even write on the whiteboard if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so you guys can write.
I couldn't write on it, Ariel. So.
Let me see if I can change the setting. Enable others to annotate. Boom, the setting is changed. You guys should be able to, let's see if you can. Coach Larry, can you?
Nope, still can't. And I was trying to use my, there you go.
Nobody? You guys can, anybody? And you guys should be able to unmute. Can you guys unmute? Let's get some voices. Oh, see, I see Stephanie is writing.
That's me.
And you can, and then I see it. So you guys could click on text. If you want to write the text, you guys should be able to see that you can write, but you can also click on the T, that's for text, and then you can type. Do you guys see that? It's kind of fun.
Nope, I don't see that.
So
No, I don't see that.
Okay, so when you hover over your settings where it says your mute, stop video, security, click on the 3 dots, and the 3 dots should be able to show you the annotation. Click where it says annotation, and it should pop up.
Where are you seeing that?
Where?
Let me go over here so that I can see.
Is it over the whiteboard?
On the bottom of your Zoom window, like your window where you can see the participants, security, all that.
Okay.
On that bar on the bottom, you should see a bar that says more.
It's actually at the top, and it says where it says view options. View options at the top where it says
yes.
Options. Perfect. Click that and click annotate, and it'll be able to pop up. So I'm going to undo all this.
Okay, now we can text.
I'm going to clear all drawings, and we're going to start from scratch. Do you guys see that where it says?
Yes.
Perfect. So we can unmute.
This is me typing now. Yeah.
Awesome.
Got it.
And you type it out, family, if you guys can, because I know writing is a little, so you would click
Oh, I
text.
lost it.
Click text, family. You
Yeah,
see where it
click
says
the text. Click the text, family. Click
where it
the
says
text.
draw versus text. And you guys can also tell
Click
me.
the text. Don't try to write it, please. Click the text.
See, y'all learning something now.
Okay.
Follow up. I see Sheila Bird. I see you would have to hit, and you guys can hit undo on your own stuff. Okay, family. Sheila Bird is in the house. Okay, so I see follow up. If you could automate follow up, Coach Larry, Coach Dunbar. Who else? Still don't have it. So at the very
I
top,
don't have it.
at the very top, family, you're going to click on, if you look at your Zoom window and you hover over the very top of like the bar where it has maybe mute settings. I'm looking at my mother's. Give me 1 second.
Now,
Use your eraser. Hey guys, look at the top and use your eraser. If you've put something out here and we can't read it, go ahead and use your eraser. There we go. There is the little green, all the little lines. If you did those, go ahead and erase those out, guys. Yeah.
Oh.
Man at the bottom?
Yes.
Do you
There
see man
you
at the
go.
bottom? I texted.
You hear me?
No.
Yeah, erase all
So,
the.
Miss Johnson, you saying that you don't get it?
So let me explain.
Right, I don't see where you are.
Okay, I couldn't figure out who was talking because it's all these different windows. So at the top of your Zoom screen, what do you see? Like, do you see a bar going across there?
I just see the pictures of 6 of the attendees, and then that's it.
Oh, it's under there. If you move that screen over, you'll see it.
Yeah, your screen was probably blocking yours.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Outer, because I know you're the one explaining this. So I don't want, if we all start explaining it, then it'll be like, oh my God, he said this, she said this. So if you, because I know sometimes the window will be blocking, block. So did you move your windows? Is it still, are you still not seeing it?
Still not seeing it. Mm-mm.
It should be under view options. You see at the top, if you hover, it should be able, you should be able to see something that says view options when you click it, and then it'll say annotate. What do you see? And family?
Just your lovely faces.
Oh, okay. So
go to your view. Go to her view.
Yeah.
She needs to change the view.
So it's either that you're just looking, you're not on the Zoom, on the actual Zoom platform. You're actually looking at the gallery or the pinned person. So I want you to click on the Zoom icon wherever it is on your screen, wherever that's at on your computer, click on the Zoom icon and it's gonna bring you back. And family, don't stop typing.
Oh.
Like, I'm gonna mute out everybody real quick because so that I can make sure that we got everybody on the same page. Family, don't stop typing what your concerns are. If you can replace any part of your business, what would that be? That maybe is draining your time, your energy, or your money. What would that part of your business be?
And remember, you can still put it in chat too. I see some of y'all still writing it in chat. You can read it in chat too. You can read it in chat too. So if you're saying I can't figure this out, just go to chat, put it in chat because we can see it there as well.
Yeah, and that, you know, of course, Arancia, I hope that's, you know, how I pronounce your name, but if you click on your Zoom icon, so for Macs, sometimes you can toggle between different screens. So you have to, the home base family is always click on the icon and it'll drag you back to Zoom and then you can see the main platform. So try that for me, but if not, just work in the chat. So I'm gonna read my portion and then I'm gonna pass to another coach for another question. Making calls, that's real. They do have some automation for that. We don't always talk about it.
There is.
There is an option, at least for the dialing portion, okay? Follow up.
Oh, and you know, there are options when we start talking about Fiverr. There are going to be options even possibly that you can use from Fiverr to get somebody to help you make phone calls. The only thing about that is the cost can be pretty steep, but there is a way to get everything done. It's whether or not we want to pay for it.
And when it comes to that, Sharon, so there's a learning curve on that too. So let me so that you guys understand that.
Definitely.
First of all, if you own a business, you should not be paying somebody to make calls if you've never made calls, because you can't even get somebody to make calls for you if you can't show them how to make calls for your business.
Absolutely.
If you make calls for your own business and now you have to hand that off, the business process of having to hand that off is that you've got so much other stuff going on in your business that you can't make the calls, which means you are making enough money to pay somebody to make the calls. So that's like you saying, I'm trying to hire people, but I don't have money to pay people. Well, if you don't have money to pay people, then your business is not making enough money, you shouldn't be hiring anybody anyway. You should be doing it yourself until you're making enough money where you can now pass that cost on and do something else in your business or work on your business. So when it comes to those calls, I always suggest that you do stuff yourself first so that you have an idea. If you're making insurance calls, financial calls, legal shield calls, you sell gift baskets to a personal trainer, whatever you are, a realtor. As a realtor, you should not be paying somebody to make calls if you don't know how to make calls as a realtor. You've got to know how to do that yourself at some point, because you can't even put value on what you're asking them to do if you don't know what it takes to do it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah, does that make sense? So, and remember, if you guys can't figure out the view options, just write in chat so
Right.
that you can still stay.
So we're seeing some questions following up with prospects. You know, there is automation for everything, but it still needs, even with the automation, there's still the human touch, right? So if in a CRM, for instance, the CRM, once we set up sequences allow you to do this. I do one thing, it triggers something else that does something else that does something else. Let me give you an example. I've got a new client, and once I've got a new client, there is a onboarding that needs to be done. There needs to be sent something, whether it's a welcome email, you're sending them information to access another site, member site, or anything like that. Then once you put them in your CRM with the sequences or workflow, then those things can be done automatically, right? So yes, there is a way to do follow-up with prospects and members and clients that can be automated. We call it workflows.
Another tip on having somebody do things for you is, as you're building your business, you have a to-do list. Everybody, let me see your hand. I see most of you guys' cameras on. Put your hand in there. Everybody know what a to-do list is, right? You should also have a to-don't list. And your to-don't list is you building a list of things that you at some point you want to delegate. Because I have clients that will come to me and say, I want to get a virtual assistant. And I say, Dr. Griffin, what do you want the virtual assistant to do? Oh, well, I don't know. Well, how can you need a virtual assistant and not know what duties they will perform for your business? Right? You can't even budget a virtual assistant if you don't know what you need them to do. If you're building your business as you're doing your business, I'm saying when I'm building my business, I'm okay doing this. I'm not okay doing that, but I'm gonna do it as long as I need to do it until I can pay somebody to do it. So you're making a to-do list and a to-don't list. Your to-don't list needs to go to your virtual assistant. And how do you start structuring that? Asana, Trello. Once you create a task management system, now you've got the task like set up where it's a flow, it's compartmentalized, and now the things that need to be done when you put somebody in to do that, it's already set up in a system, right? So if I've got boards across and I say all of these people need to be emailed this morning, and then the next thing they need to do is this. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that in a task manager, but now you have a virtual assistant doing that, because you don't want to hire a virtual assistant because that will get expensive if you have them hanging around and you're looking for work for them to do. That needs to already be set.
Heard somebody said, get rid of all the paper. Allison said, get rid of all the paper. That's the whole premise here, Allison. I'm with you. You know, there's been times my whole walls have been filled with sticky notes. It looks like my walls are a different color than the paint on the walls because of all the sticky notes that I've had on the walls. And almost everything that we're talking about is so that we can eliminate, right? And I just put in the chat, eliminate. We want to simplify, then automate, And then we want to eventually get to the point where we can delegate. But it's all a process, and so you're right. The elimination is the first. And Coach Dunbar is going to be taking you guys through, and he did a little bit in the series, right? In the 5-week series, how to get rid of those 25,000 emails, right? Right, so that you can focus on the emails that really truly make sense and can help grow your business. And so that's going to be part of the process, elimination.
That's so good.
Oh, go ahead, Ariel. You was gonna say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say something. First off, I just want to say, give yourselves a round of applause because you guys are writing on the whiteboard on Zoom. Like, I promise you, how many of us have like never done that before? And some of us were like, we figured it out. Some of us still didn't figure it out yet, and that's okay. I'm gonna help you, but we got it. And so I saw a heart go up there, and I said, okay, now y'all having fun. Who put that heart up there? But this is also what I want us to recognize. What Coach Larry just said, eliminate, simplify, automate, and delegate. When it comes to automating your business, you have to make sure that you do it in the right order. Okay, family? And some of us, we want to replace things right now that aren't necessary to replace. What I want you all to think of is what's leaking your time. And the only way for you to recognize that is if you track. There was an exercise that Coach Elizabeth Gardner gave to me. And this was 3 years ago. She said, I want you to write down everything that you do in your day. And this is going to help you guys on the back end of what to give your virtual assistant. This is the method that I use and that I give my clients to use as well, that I coach. But she said, write down every moment in your day. And I tracked my day I tracked every day for a week. I tracked every day, every moment for an entire week. I put down everything that I did. And if I did it again, I put a tally mark. Okay. Now, then what we did after that was we highlighted what could I replace? Meaning, what did I do that I didn't necessarily have to do that wasn't dependent on Ariel? And that's what we're talking about. This weekend, you're going to get rid of the 80% that doesn't pay you. So phone calls, that pays you. Okay. Leveling up associates, that pays you. Is there a system for that? Yes, but that's not what we're working with. I want us to think this weekend, what are we in the weeds with that we know this doesn't require me? Like, why am I doing it? And so that's what we're talking about. It exhausts you. It takes too much of your time and it doesn't need to be you. Okay. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Coach Dunbar, because I'm seeing something like setting up Calendly and being consistent. Like, yes.
Yes.
That's key. What you said about being tracked. I have a saying, which is you cannot increase or decrease what you do not track. Journaling and tracking is not only letting you know what it took to get you somewhere, but it gives you a roadmap to turn over those duties to somebody else, which is the exact same thing that Coach Simone just said. If you're documenting the things you're doing in your business and you realize, okay, this is necessary, but it doesn't have to be me. Those are the things that you're going to delegate when it's time to delegate them. But that's how you create the system of what needs to be done. You have to write down what you do. I believe in daily journaling. I know that's sometimes a stretch for people, right? But daily journaling will allow you to not only roadmap your business, but you will have much more respect for where you're at when you know how you got there. And if you don't want to handwrite in a journal, they have journals that you can put on your phone that you can talk into them. And you can put pictures.
And if you have Microsoft, there's one automatically in Microsoft.
There you go. There you go.
And here's the other thing. When once you start to automate, what will happen is you'll realize that it preserves your value, because your value is not necessarily sitting down doing admin work, right? Especially when there is technologies that can do that for you. Your value is building relationships, whether that's building relationships with people in social media, building relationships with existing clients or members, building relationships, period. And that is the whole concept of business is based on us working with people in some form or fashion. And the whole idea is to free you up so that you can talk to more people. That makes sense.
So my question, and this is sometimes a tough question, I always ask my coaching clients this right in the beginning, is one, are you passionate about what it is you're doing for a living? Would you do it for free?
What was it?
Everybody
What are you
screenshot this.
excited about?
Screenshot this before we lose it, because I saved it for us, but screenshot if you want it, because I'm gonna erase it in 3, 2, 1.
Take a picture with your phone, take a picture with your phone, hurry up. Some of y'all like,
And it's gone.
the screen. With the camera.
Okay.
So what was the question? Once again, the question is,
Are you passionate about what you do for a living? And would you do it for free? Because that's the key to whether you're passionate about it. If what you're doing right now, you wouldn't do, I'm not telling you to do it for free. I'm asking you, would you do it for free? Would you do it for free? That's the question. So this is the part that can hurt a little bit. If it's not, then this may need to be a springboard to you doing that. This may need to finance what you want to do with the rest of your life as far as a business. Because what you have to understand is that when it comes to quality of life and sustainability, if you do not love what you do and you own that business, this is going to be a tough run for you. A very tough run for you.
and so this is basically yes or no right now.
You know, first, I just want to say thank you so much. Oh, all right, Arnisa, go ahead. All right. Okay, I thought somebody else was talking to me. Coach Dunbar, I really want to say thank you for your transparency, because when it comes to building a business, like your level of vulnerability sharing is so real. And I'm so grateful, because we think that business ownership is a one way up. And all of us would like that. Just, you know, no dips, no valleys. Not like we would like that, but it's never, first of all, it's, come on, you know, and so I'm just so grateful for you sharing. And then also, you know, the different businesses that you've dabbled in, because family, what I've discovered in the last 2 years is if I don't like the process of my business, even if I like the results, if I don't like the process of my business, there's still a gap. And I also feel like Coach Dunbar, that's something that you would be able to, you know, of course, that's what you're speaking of as well. When you're talking about passionate about it, we have to be passionate about the process as well. If you don't like the process, then honestly, there's a party that doesn't like the business.
So I can see here, there are a lot of yeses, and that's to me, that is incredible. I'm seeing as many yeses. That's good.
That's good.
Because we want to be proud of the thing that we're putting our energies into. We want to feel proud. We want to be proud enough to share it with other people. That's really good.
And this is important, because there's going to be some hard spots in your business. And if you can't, and if you're not in love with your business, you're going to have a problem. So I think Coach Larry, we talked about this at one time before.
All the time.
During the training, I said, look, don't go on the first date looking your best, because you can only go down from it. Don't go on your first date looking your best, because what you gonna do after that? Now you're seeing you at your best. I don't want to see you at your best the first date. What's gonna happen now? I don't have nothing to look forward to, right? Why am I giving you that example? Because in your business, you're like, I love what I do. I love this thing. But what happens when it goes bad? What happens when you lose employees, or you lose customers, or what happens if you can't still stick in there because you love everything about it, right? So that's why it's so important in relationships to love everything. It can't be they look good, but you don't like the other stuff, right? They got a nice body, but I don't like nothing else. They got a good job, but I don't like nothing else, because any one of those things can go bad. And when it goes bad, if you can't love through and through, then you're not passionate about it. You gotta love what you do, because there's gonna be some things that's gonna happen. You're gonna have to make some decisions. You're gonna have to choose sometimes your business over your family for a moment. And when you have to choose that for a moment, if you don't love what you do, you're in a higher spot. You guys follow me? So it's important to be passionate about what you do. And I learned that in those 9 different businesses that I own, that I was always doing everything for money. I coach. And the reason why when I coach, I can do things for free is because I would do this for free, even though I accept the pay. I would do it for free. And it really, it releases you.
I feel the same way. You know, I love being able to share. So, okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So I want to know, my question is, how do you want your customer, your whatever customer, how do you want them to feel? How do you want them to feel?
How do you want your customer to feel? Let you know who you dealing with.
Go back to the whiteboard, family. Don't y'all go back to that chat. Y'all go to this.
Empowered. I love this. Empowered. I love that word, empowered.
Empowered. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And I hope you got some value with this exercise. We're not doing this because we don't have nothing to talk about. We had to shelf things. We had so much to talk about. So we have no shortage of conversation. This is an exercise that Ariel Simone and Sharon Levy thought was really important to engage with you all and find out how you all feel, right? Because you guys need to know how you all feel.
Right. It gives us a little insight into who you are. These questions just give us some insight. And because we're doing this in a group format, this helps us to see you guys more individually. Right? So how do you, I love this, appreciate it. I want my customer to feel appreciated. You want them to feel like that someone cares. Right?
Make me become your customer.
Mm-hmm.
I want to feel empowered and appreciated.
Yes.
You know,
you want them to know that you got their back, right? If when I'm working with Ariel, or if I'm working with Rob, or working with HB, I always feel like they got my back. Right, safe. I like that. Someone cares. You want them to be comfortable with you. Ah, I love this. Look at this. Look at you guys go. That's what I'm talking about.
On that whiteboard too.
That you can be trusted.
I was
happy.
I was reading the book.
Satisfied, valued, compassionate, not just another sale. Ah, this is so good.
This is church right now. I was reading the book, and they said there's a difference between the customer loyalty and retention and customer experience.
It is.
And
it's all about now, right now, it's about the customer experience.
Yeah.
Go, girl.
And that's what automation, family, like I want us to connect these dots. This isn't by accident, okay? Automation allows you to always be there for your customer's experience. You are one person, even if you own a company and have employees. There is no way for your customer to always have an experience of you showing up if you do not have automation in your business.
Absolutely.
They won't feel safe if you do not have automation. They will not feel empowered if they have to wait for a person to clock in, clock out, check a form, follow up. So I hope that this is clicking. So this is so important because this is why we're here. So good stuff.
Automation also helps you deliver the same service.
Yes.
Over and over and over. And we can grind or we can flow like water. You have to decide. Automation lets you flow.
Because this conference right here, I had to break up the welcome emails to go in different places. But everybody, so all of the women got a particular email that the men didn't get. But every woman got that email, but the men didn't get it because it was specific for women. So all the women got the same service because it was an email for women, right? But then there was another email that went out as well, but it was on automation. So I had the women in one place, and when those women got in that place, I sent them that email that Sharon Larry created. And once I got them in there, it went on automation. I set it up to go out on automation. So you want everything to be on automation so that you can always be delivering the same service, the quality, over delivering the same thing to people over and over and over again and not have to think about it. We don't ever want to forget how much brain space we waste thinking about things that we don't have to think about. I believe your brain is 2% of your body weight, but I believe when you're using it, it takes up 23% of your energy. Don't think when you don't have to. That's what automation does.
I like that.
Boom, be right on.
I never thought I'd say that, don't, I never thought that I would appreciate that. But right now, I totally appreciate that.
Yeah, my mother just went,
Like how many of you all really are like, I don't want to
the
think.
time where the man would have said to me, don't think, and I would be like, what?
Who you talking to?
I don't want to think right now. Sometimes I don't want to think. I don't want to think. And we give ourselves so much to do that we can't stop. We can't stop thinking. It's always once it's on automation, it's like what I need to happen is happening and I don't have to think about it. That's what we want. That's what we want to happen. So automation will get you there. So this is really good. I think this is really helpful.
Oh my God, thank you, Allison. I love that. You said I cried when I got that email today. Oh my God, thank you.
And Mr. Tolbert said that they have received more than the payment. Wow, that's good. More value than the
so good.
That's good. Secure, confident, have their back with wisdom and care. Wow, I can't wait.
This is everything. This is everything.
Good stuff. Priceless.
Are there any more engagement?
Do we have another question? Next question?
I think that this is good, family. I think that it's 9:13.
Is it?
Yeah, I know. We're those people, huh? Like everybody.
Come on. I didn't realize it was already after 9 o'clock.
No, it's already bad. So everybody take a screenshot, take this picture, because I want us to have this in our memory bank, right?
Let me get
I want us to have this. Take your picture.
Don't take no.
Yes, Mom.
Such a good daughter.
And I just realized this is something I came into a new revelation of. I'm like, wow, like I'm always gonna be like a child, a daughter, I still do. This is, and not that I still put her straps on her shoes, y'all. I was like, I'm not 5. This hurts me now. My back hurt. I'm not doing your straps or your sandals. Good stuff. But I'm telling you, family, take a screenshot. I'm gonna go ahead and save this again for us. And yeah, good. This is good. I wanna say this, and then I'll pass it to the other coaches. The more transparent you are with yourself in this space this weekend about your needs and your desires and what the breakdowns, the challenges, the issues, and I put quotes around that because those are the words we use, but we can also shift that language. Whatever the project is that we once saw as a problem, whatever that is that we need to fix, the more transparent you are about that, the more we can do for you. And sometimes we don't want to tell other people, but sometimes we don't want to tell ourselves. And the more honest I became with myself to my coach, like when I realized my coach could be fully trusted. And when I realized, I mean, by the time you come into a coaching relationship, if you don't trust that person, you can't be coached by them. And so that's really what I want us to understand. Fill that gap, family. When I say release, I mean that. we have you. We're going to catch you. You have to be transparent. You have to communicate with us. And that's why we wanted to do this. That's why we wanted to open up on the whiteboard, because this is your family that's going to keep you. What I loved in the chat was teamwork. When some people couldn't get the whiteboard, other people were like, press this, click that, go here. Like, this is your support system, okay? And so we're going to get it done. Super excited. I'll pass it to you guys, Coach Larry or Coach Dunbar.
I just want to say, if today is any indication of what the rest of the days, I am going to be floating around, because I leave on Monday going to Mexico. So I'll be floating in Mexico, right? They won't even have to put me on an airplane. I will just be so high that I can fly right from here to Mexico, because this has been incredible already, right? And it's because of the energy that you guys are giving back to us. And the more energy you give us, the more that we can bring all that, just bring up everything that we have in us to share with you. So thank you guys. And this exercise, thank you, Coach Simone, that whiteboard, that was flavor, right? So
From your residential millennial. From your residential millennial, I got you.
I appreciate that. I'm telling you. We raised you well, girl. I'm just saying.
Angela,
I'm taking some credit.
you got something in the chat about the pregame meet and greet. Were you trying to say something? I wanted to make sure, see if you had something to say.
No, I just was saying this was the pregame. It's just
Okay.
a good night. Everybody meet and greet for the ones
Yeah.
that didn't, know everybody, and all the interaction was really good. So that's all I was saying. Just tonight was a meet and greet. And if tonight's the meet and greet, this is like, getting that Kool-Aid, adding the sugar to it, so everything was good.
I'd love for us to do one last thing before we go out. I know we're already kind of over the time. If we could do like 5 seconds, and when we're done, if we could go out as you're leaving, just, state your name, where you're calling from, right?
Good stuff. So just so you guys are prepared mentally, tomorrow when we open up, when we get started, guys, one of the first things we're going to talk about is when, WHEN, because as we deliver everything else for the weekend, we want you to know when you should be doing those things, because as humans, I want us to all get away from letting people tell us when we should do stuff. You should sleep then, you should wait, you should eat, we should listen to our bodies and our minds, because we're all individuals. And what I like about when is when will allow you to know when you should be sending emails. Don't let somebody tell you, or the person you should do when you get up is make calls in the morning. No, you shouldn't. Not if that depends on whether you're a lark, an owl, or third bird. Everybody's body works different. So you need to know when the activities that we suggest you do, that when they fit in your world, so that you can do them and do it at the most opportune time. I sometimes take 2 naps a day, believe it or not, 2 naps a day, because that's how my body is set up. I sleep about 6 hours at night, and I normally take 2 25-minute naps a day. That keeps me on the straight and narrow all throughout my day while I'm working my day. That may not work for somebody else, but it works for me. So you've got to understand when to do certain things. So we're going to spend some time talking about when, so that when Coach Larry says, do this thing, this IPA, this activity to change your business, you can now know what time you should do it, right? Arancia should know what time she should do it. Christella should know what time she should do it. Dr. Griffin should know what time she should do it, right? Mr. Taylor should know what time he should do it. And that's what I want you all to know. So when we get that information first, now you can categorize in your work day and on your calendar when you should do specific things, if that makes sense. All right, so we're gonna go into the day tomorrow with that before we go into some other things. So wanted to bring that up. So if we're gonna close out with my name is when we leave, and that'll be fantastic.
Okay,
Yep.
good stuff. Okay, so I'll start it off. My name is Sharon Larry, and I hail from the great state of Georgia and the Mecca, Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm next. I'm
Hi.
Wilma Hayes, and I'm from Los Angeles, California.
And you had a question, Wilma? I'm sorry.
That's it.
You good? Okay, she's muted, so she must be good.
Hi, I'm Peggy Griffiths. I'm calling in from Brooklyn, New York.
Hey.
My name is Stephanie.
I'm
I live in
Angelia.
Killeen,
Go ahead, Stephanie.
Oh, I live in Killeen, Texas. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, but I live in Killeen, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yay, Texas, the big state.
Islander.
I'm Cristela Vargas, San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio.
I'm
Melinda
Cheryl
Gaines
Houston.
from Radcliffe, Kentucky.
Cheryl Houston from Mounds, Illinois.
Illinois, Kentucky.
Catherine Nelson.
Arantia Johnson from Maryland.
Hey, Maryland's in the house.
Tracy Ellis from Brunswick, Georgia.
Brunswick, yes.
Suzette Cole, Illinois.
I'm Angela.
Go ahead, Suzette, say again.
Suzette Cole, Tams, Illinois.
Tans, Illinois.
Catherine Nelson, you was trying to get in there?
Oh, yes. Catherine Nelson from Utah.
Utah.
No, not you didn't let me finish.
Okay.
Utahville, South Carolina.
South Carolina, okay.
Pam Smith,
South
Charlotte, North
Carolina,
Carolina.
got you, Miss Nelson.
Angelia Johnson from Colorado.
Colorado, the beautiful
Good
state.
stuff.
Pam
Rose.
Smith.
Willie Tarbert, New Jersey.
Hey, New Jersey. Good to see you, sir.
Ruth Rose from North Carolina.
Ruth Rose, North Carolina.
Yes.
Got you, Miss Rose.
Hi.
I lost you.
Pam Smith, Charlotte.
Hey, Pamela. What's up?
Hi.
Robin Mason, Somerville, South Carolina.
Somerville, good to see you. Robin.
Estella Blake, Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Estella.
Veronica Tall, Grovetown, Georgia.
Hey, Veronica, Georgia. The GA is in the house.
All the guys scared to say something. You gotta let the ladies go first. The men don't even want to say it.
Oliver, he did jump in, right? Hey, we have gentlemen here. What can we say? Who's next? Who's next?
Thornton, El Paso, Texas.
El Paso. Good to see you.
Alice.
El Paso, Texas.
El Paso. I'm telling you, everybody's from Texas.
A lot of Texas. A lot of Texas.
Yes.
Sheila Bird on the road, heading back to Georgia.
All right, GA. Right now it's TX and GA. TX and GA.
I cut the grass, and I wanted to ask you what the grass looks like. So give me a call. All right.
Linda, we hear you. Alice,
James, you want me to call you? Is that what you said?
Well, cut my grass too.
Allison Ware from Brunswick, Georgia.
Hey, GA. Hey, Allison.
I heard somebody else was from Brunswick. I missed that.
Yes, I did. Yes, somebody else is.
Tracy Owens.
Okay, hey Tracy, we gotta meet up.
Angela B. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I'm by way of Detroit, Michigan.
Hey.
The Bird, Detroit, Michigan,
The bird.
Georgia too. I'm telling you.
Angela Buchanan, Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, my hometown, the big M town. Yay!
Barbara Owens from the floral state of Virginia and the ambient state of North Carolina.
I know that's real. Oh, floral and ambient. That sounds good to me. Good to see you, B.O.
Thank you.
Valeria Hamilton, Atlanta, Georgia.
GA, come on, Valeria, show us GA. Yeah. Good stuff.
Jackie Hamilton from Ulin, Illinois.
Hey, Jackie.
Jackie.
From the I-town. Who else we got in the house? Wow, it is wonderful. Isn't that one? Oh my God, this is so
This
good.
is Robert Dunbar from Jacksonville, Florida, by way of Buffalo, New York.
All right.
Ariel,
We can tell you from New York.
Ariel Simone out of Charlotte by way of Queens, New York.
Yeah, we can tell you from New York too. New York in the house. Living in the South.
Dr. A from Jacksonville, Duval, Mr. Dunbar in the house.
There you go.
Florida.
Mr. Dunbar, I was in your area, Jacksonville, last month sometime. Don't tell me, I can't tell you what the dates are, but I did take the auto train from Virginia to Sanford, and then I drove 2 hours, and then I went to Georgia and then Tennessee back home. So, but anyway.
Oh, wow. You got,
My god twins moved there. They're 8-year-old, and so I'll be there probably every other month. I will be in the area.
yeah, let me know. I'll take you somewhere to hang out. You let me know what you like to eat.
She doesn't let any dirt. She doesn't even let any dirt, grass, or anything else grow under her feet. She is in the wind.
Go tomorrow to a 60th birthday party, so I will be listening in on, especially on Saturday. But I will be, listening in. So I'm traveling tomorrow.
Well, it's good to see you, Tracy V.
Valentine from the DMV.
From the DMV.
Hey everybody. Hey, this is Les Varese. I'm in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Oh, sir. Good to see you. Hey.
Originally from
guys
Chicago,
are coming
Illinois.
I
around.
got married in Clarksville, Tennessee some time ago, 1979.
Oh, that's a while ago.
Yeah,
I'm formerly from Houston, Killeen, and El Paso, Texas. So I want to say hey to everybody. Ms. Vargas, nice seeing you again as well.
Les, you got cousins all over the place here tonight.
Got dozens of cousins.
Yeah, I was in Clarksville last September.
Were you? All right. So was I.
Did y'all hook up or something? What was that? Did y'all pass each other on the way?
Very fast.
I was on the base.
That's where I'm at now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did Karina share? Karina, did you share?
Yes, I did. I'm the other person from El Paso.
Awesome. Okay, good. I'm like, see, look, y'all can't hide. Did Ursula share?
Miss Thorne?
Huh?
I said, what's going on?
Where's Miss Thorne?
I'm good. Well, I'm waiting for everybody to finish talk. I don't want to interrupt. Hi, I'm Amala originally from Trinidad, but I live in Bernie, Texas.
Texas. TX is in the house. TX Rex.
So I'm gonna do a shout out real quick for Amala, because I'm using her products right now, and she does like homeopathic products, natural products, and she home makes turmeric products. So I've got turmeric soap that I'm using from her, face cream that I'm using for her. My son is using acne cream from her. Her products are working like really good. Like I don't even have to use lotion at this point. I'm not even putting lotion on. Literally, I'm putting the soap and then putting the cream on, and it's like everything feels different. Like no, I don't need any lotion. Like my skin is helping with discoloration and everything. And she
glowing. You glowing.
Well, I thought that he was making her up because I kept saying, when you gonna send me her number? When you gonna send me her number? I still don't have her number. You put it in the chat. Sure I get your number.
Please,
just
please
drop it
share
in
my
the chat
info.
under my name.
Don't keep me a secret from the world.
No, because he want to keep his shine to himself. He glowing. You see he all glowy.
We want to glow. Yeah.
I just gave some of her products to Ulysses and Lynette Brown. They was here in Jacksonville with me over the weekend. Not with me, but they were doing an event, and I hung out with them 2 days. And I gave them some of the stuff for them to go home with, because I know they really, really health conscious. So the name of her company is Island Turmeric. I'll throw it in the chat. And it's turmeric-based products, and it's like I said, it's homemade, meaning she literally is making it at home. Like
handmade.
all natural products. I'm using them, and they seem to be working very good. And my 15-year-old son is using it. You know, you can't get kids to do nothing else.
The main thing with the products, it's for external skin conditions. So psoriasis, eczema, acne, hyperpigmentation, etc. And also it's for pain relief. So rheumatoid arthritis, if you have joint pain, old injuries, anything anti-inflammatory related, you put it on topically on your skin, and it does go into your system. So it's absorbed through your skin, and with pain relief, you get pain relief within 2 minutes. So it works really, really fast. It kind of has the same effects as CBD, but much cheaper, much cheaper, more cost effective.
All right, good stuff. Did we get anybody not mention? I don't remember hearing you, Ursula. Did you say where you was from?
I was coming on and everybody said something. Ursula Roderick from Louisville, Kentucky.
Hey, Ursula.
Kentucky.
From Louisville.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I just found you, Miss Thorne. I got you.
Okay, good. I'll probably type my information in here. Okay, you just typed in.
Yeah, I just put your website in the chat.
Okay.
Turmeric.com.
Thank you for that promotion that you just gave her. Hallelujah.
I'm sorry, I hope I didn't promote too much. That wasn't the point of being here.
I was doing it. I did it because I'm that person. Plus, the next summit that I'm going to be setting up at the end of the year is going to be a homeopathic health summit. So it's going to be a health summit that I'm going to be doing on nothing but homeopathic, all natural. What you put in your body, what you put outside your body, your mental health. That's what we're going to be doing a summit on. And I'm asking Ms. Amala Thorne to talk about top things you put on your skin that are all natural, because those things end up in your body. So that's why I brought that up.
And if y'all not sliding into the DMs, I don't know. Like, y'all gotta meet each other, network, family. That's why we're all here. So I hope that you guys are networking.
Let me just, because somebody said the link is not working. So the website that Robert typed in, he left out the R, the first R. So it's okay. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So that's why. So it's TURMERIC. So some people usually put one R. So
you said TURMERIC, correct?
Yeah, that's how to spell turmeric. Because people say turmeric and they leave out the R, but it's really turmeric. It's a Indian word, a Hindi word.
That's good to know. I've been pronouncing it incorrectly. I was today years old when I learned how to pronounce it.
Today
years old. Okay.
People usually ask me, they say,
turmeric.
Well, how do you say it? Is it turmeric? Is it turmeric? I was like, turmeric, same thing. We know what you're speaking about, you know? It's just the spelling, you know?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, family, who else do we have? This is amazing. We have the link in the chat with the proper spelling, and now we know how to pronounce it. Don't be like Ariel. Who else? Everybody's been introduced.
I want to say one thing. The reason why I was bringing up the promotion is because earlier today I was listening to Napoleon Hill's book on how to sell your life, and he was talking about all of the older famous people was promoted by somebody. You know, some of them we wouldn't have even known their names if they had not had a promoter. So I was just, giving him the props and giving you the props that he promoted you.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah. If I use something that worked, I'm gonna talk about it. And we all do. I think we all do. As people. When we use something in the work.
Well, guys, it's time to say good night, right? So we'll be back tomorrow. Same bat channel. Well, Rob is going to be sending out the link. It won't be the same bat channel, but This has been
Fun.
good.
Yes.
It's been great. It's been wonderful. So, but I have to get ready for tomorrow. My husband's hitting the road, so I gotta go help him pack up, make sure that he knows that he has to come back home. So
This has been necessary.
That's good. That's good.
So,
So please make sure that you guys go to the Facebook page and leave a comment. Just leave a comment so people will see the activity on there. We'll be putting things there as well. I'll put the link for tomorrow's there. Plus, you guys got the email anyway, but I'm gonna put it there just in case you can't find it. You can always just go to the Facebook page and see the links for the next day's event. And as soon as this comes back rendered, I will put just the raw recording inside there as well. Does that make sense? So make sure, guys, that y'all don't invite anybody to that Facebook page that's not a paid person on this event, because they don't, I mean, we're not giving them what y'all paying for free, obviously. So if you invite somebody and we don't let them in, that's why, because they're not somebody who's supposed to be in there. That's a private group, so we're putting things there that have to do with this seminar. Does that make sense?
So when is the next time that they could pay? I know you said yesterday that the price would go up, but I guess anytime they get in.
Yeah, well, the price is not gonna go up until like after it's over with, like we buying it off the show. Right now, they can still get in for the $199. I mean, why would they still doing it? They can still get in for the regular price.
So I know you just mentioned the Facebook. Is BAPS gonna have a TikTok page? I thought about it.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a TikTok. I don't even think we're gonna have Instagram. But this is just a community for us. For people
Ariel.
No. The answer is no.
It's like, no, we're not doing that, right?
Yeah. We got our own channels to run.
It's really about having a community there. Plus, if you can't find something, if you're looking for a PDF and can't find it, or you missed a link, you can always go there, and everything that we have is going to be there. Which is why we don't want people in there who didn't pay for the training, because then they're getting the stuff for free. So it's really for us to be able to go there and get things from. So that's what it's for. That makes sense. All right.
All right.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and close out, guys. We appreciate you guys staying with us a little bit longer. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night. Remember, 6 o'clock, 6 Eastern tomorrow, 6 to 8.
Thank you.
All right, y'all.
Good night, everybody. Good dreams.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze zuhambe nami. Jerusalema ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalema